Once a man who was paralyzed. He couldn't move. Yes, all he could do was lie down on his bed. On his bed.
But Jesus was in town. And he just healed a man. If he healed that man, maybe he could heal our friend. Yeah, we're going to Jesus.
So they picked up their friend, who was lying on their bed. Not a bunk bed, very important. It was a sort of bed, it was more like a mattress. A very thin sheet. And they started to carry their friend to Jesus. But they stopped. And their mouths dropped. And they slowly put their friend down. There was a massive crowd.
A massive crowd.
But they didn't give up.
No way. Come on, Nance.
And they started forcing their way through the crowd. And eventually,
This is a struggle.
they got there. And they realized that there was no way in. The crowd was tightly packed around the door and windows. Then they had an idea.
I've got an idea. What idea? Let's go. Which way? This way.
In that country, the houses they lived in were built with steps on the outside, so that leading up into the flat roof, there was a flat roof leading up, so they could climb stairs to get there. The friends, there were really four of them. They carried the paralyzed man to the roof. Everyone come this way. Everyone come this way a little bit. And you got the paralyzed man. All right, you guys need to be sitting down because you're inside the house. Okay, now. Now, they carried him up into the roof. And eventually, they found themselves on the flat roof.
Oh, great. We're on the flat roof. Great idea. I have an idea.
They had an idea.
This thing.
They dug. They made a hole. And as you can imagine, the hole grew. First, they made a small hole. Then, the hole got bigger. And bigger. And bigger. And bigger. Until eventually, they could look down over the edge and look down on Jesus and the people who were in the house. Now, the people were brushing off their robes and their hair because mud was on their hair from people digging holes in the roof. And slowly, they lowered their friend down to Jesus. Carefully. And then, Jesus saw what the four friends had done. He said something really strange. He looked at the man who was lying there on his mattress and he said, "Your sins are forgiven, my friend." Some of them in the crowd were thinking to themselves, only God can forgive sins. Who does this man think he is? But Jesus knew what they were thinking. And he asked them, "Is it easier to say, your sins are forgiven to you, or to say, get up and walk? I will prove to you that the Son of Man has authority to forgive sins." He picked up. He said to the paralyzed man, "Get up, pick up your bed and go home." He found that he had strengthened his arms and his legs and began to rejoice and say, "I can walk!
I can walk!
The friends worked together. They were committed. They worked as a team. They never gave up, even though it was such hard work.
Yep, we had to get our hands dirty.
But they were overjoyed to see what Jesus had done for their friends.
It wasn't easy.